Diff mount part two. Um, this was kind of a challenging session. I thought I could lower the jack that was sort of holding the diff up in support, and then also removing the two bottom Allen keys that were holding the two bottom diff brackets in place, and sort of just hang from the single top diff steel the top hole in this diff to sort of pivot and then tap the threads in the diff. Turns out the tolerance in the chassis is not big enough for that, so I ended up having to drop the diff and thread the sorry, tap the holes in the diff that way. I ended up, please do not try this. I got a little impatient and this was not the right way to do it, but I ended up dropping the diff myself on the jack, threading it, and then raising it up myself, single person. It was kind of difficult and a little bit dangerous to do. But I ended up getting it up after I tapped the threads on the diff and I cleaned the bolts, the two bottom bolts. I made sure before I installed the diff in the chassis again that the bolts fit through the threads, and they did. Once I got the diff back up in the chassis with Allen keys and the steel rod, I reinstalled the left side bolt, which again went pretty smoothly. And the right side one gave me a tough time yet again, even though I had tapped and cleaned the threads. So I pulled the bolt out and I noticed the very first, where the thread starts, one of the threads had bulged from me trying to force it in previously. So I tried to clean that a little bit, but it didn't really work out, and I just got frustrated and I thought I'm gonna give it another shot. I ended up sort of forcing it, and after it got past another two turns or so, it went smoothly after, and it went all the way in. I torqued both bolts to 81 Newton meters with the proper washers in place. Uh, I think the cause of that is just from the diff threads and the chassis holes being slightly misaligned, but I'm not too sure. My friend who also did this build recently also ran into something very similar. So anyways, I torqued both sides up to 81 Newton meters, and then I tried to install the top bolt, which just goes through the two holes in the chassis and the diff body without any threads. You put a nut on the other side where it comes out, but I couldn't get it perfectly aligned. I looked through the holes and it looked aligned enough, but the tolerances are very tight. So I will have to come back another session and try this.